Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me. It's Friday. It's episode 5, and hopefully nobody's going to be knocking on the wall like last video. Some of you commented and said you couldn't even hear it. I am very thankful for that. It still frustrated me and bothered me. I also made a lot of mistakes in the last video. I said that Jason Tatum won MVP. I think I had a dream on vacation that Jason Tatum won MVP. I apologize specifically to Jaylen Brown, who did win Finals MVP. I don't know what I was thinking. It must have been that ocean air, that salt water was going straight to my brain. I apologize. I also spelled Jason Tatum's name wrong on the title of the video, and I still haven't changed it. I spelled it correctly in the actual presentation, so I knew how to spell it. It was a wild week last week, but we are here. We are grounded. Let's talk about some things, 3 things to be exact, in the sports world this week. The first is my hot take or my disagreement of the week. And here's the deal. I'm not going to go in depth in this video. I just posted on my channel this video, which I will link here and at the end of the video that you can watch, about Kyle Filipowski. And if you don't know, here's what happened in 30 seconds. He falls pretty far in the draft, and people are wondering why. And it's rumored that he has had a relationship with a older woman for quite some time. And by quite some time, I mean he was groomed by her. They were family friends growing up. She is 7 to 8 years older than him, and multiple pictures have surfaced of them, when he's 13 and she's in college hanging out, and now they're engaged. So I tried to compile all the information I had on that situation and put it in that video. So if you want to check out that, you can do so. He did get drafted by the Utah Jazz appropriately, since many are assuming or allegedly she is Mormon. So we'll see what comes of that. I think we've just barely scratched the surface of that. Speaking of keeping it in the family, they're not related, I hope. Anyway, LeBron James' son, Bronny James, is drafted by the Lakers. And why is this yellow? Because I don't know. Part of me is like awesome, cool, like history. Like if anyone deserves this moment, it's LeBron, for all he's done for the league, for all he's done for the sport of basketball, for the longevity of his career, for the impact of his career, for the stats that he's been able to put up. Like we're gonna let this slide. Okay, he's earned this moment, but Bronny James has no business being in the NBA. I mean, with his freshman year at USC. What are we doing? Okay, the only reason Bronny James is drafted by the Lakers is because LeBron is his father and because LeBron is on his way out. All right? If LeBron retired at the end of last year, Bronny would have stayed at USC and maybe become an NBA prospect. But as it stands right now, specifically speaking on skill, Bronny James will not see a minute of action. Okay? A deserving NBA player is probably going to lose a roster spot to nepotism. Maybe. We'll see if he makes the roster. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what unfolds here. So I'm torn. It's cool to see history. It's cool to witness this, but if we try to keep it strictly about basketball, this is ridiculous. All right? And lastly, my green topic of the week, the thing I'm impressed with, is Frank Bensel Jr. This happened this morning. All right, Friday morning. He was playing on the Senior Open, I believe. Senior Open, yes, in Newport, wherever the stink that is. He's from Jupiter, Florida, and he hits 2 hole-in-ones in the same round, in an official PGA round, USGA round, back-to-back. Okay? What? How many golfers don't hit a hole-in-one in their life? And this guy does it 2 times in a round back-to-back. And it's a funny scorecard: par, bogey, par, ace, ace. And these aren't your grandmama's par 3s. I mean, these aren't your senior tees, pull out your pitching wedge par 3s. These are 184 and 203. I mean, at your local municipal course, those are tough par 3s, okay, for a 12 handicap like myself. So there's nothing that I can say about this besides kudos to Frank. That's phenomenal. He has the first recorded consecutive holes-in-one on USGA championship history, and statistically speaking, will be the only. The likelihood of that ever happening again is infinitely impossible. So Shout out to him. Needs to be honored, needs to be recognized. That's what we got for you. Check out the other videos on my channel. As summer heats up and my wife and daughter spend a ton of time at the pool, I have a ton of time to make the content I love and continue to grow this brand and grow this channel. So I appreciate the 30, 40, 50 of you who are coming by every Friday and watching these. Again, I'm not trying to make GMG Friday something that thousands of people watch right now. I want to build a community, get in the comments, talk about these things, and then maybe in 3 to 4 years, this becomes a national show for a few thousand. That's my goal. That's my optimism. And by golly, we'll see you next week.